For a proceduralist, how is working with PAD specialists different from working in a large group, serving hospitals? How is it different from owning and operating his own OBL?
So if you're a proceduralist and you work as part of a typical group who serves a hospital, this is kind of the most standard employment arrangement. Nothing wrong with that. But it's going to be different from working with us, a PAD specialized chain of OBLs. Allow me to elaborate why. Generally speaking, when you work with a group serving hospitals, you're going to be a generalist. Whether you're a PAD proceduralist that comes from interventional cardiology, vascular surgery, or interventional radiology, you're going to be doing a lot of things, not just PAD. Nothing wrong with that, but you're going to be a generalist. Both clinically, you're going to be doing a lot of things, and non-clinically, you're going to be doing some administrative work. You're going to some meetings, maybe some tumor boards, maybe some peer review sort of things. Again, nothing wrong with that, but you're going to be a generalist in almost any other environment. With us, you're going to be a specialist, focusing on PAD, PAD, PAD only. So that's one big difference. Another big difference that I think you'd see if you worked with us is efficiencies, how we run the business. In a typical group hospital setting, serving a hospital, there's unfortunately often a lot of inefficiencies built into the system. There's a lot of administrators, there's a lot of paperwork. And if any of you worked in hospital settings with groups, you probably know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you work every day and you need the stapler for something you do. And the stapler's 5 feet away on your left side, and you are right-handed. And so you relocate the stapler from the left side to the right side, so it's more convenient, it saves you some time, allows you to be more efficient. Next day, the director of the department comes to you and says, Dr. Smith, I understand you moved the stapler. Why, yes, I did. Well, I have to let you know that we have an office supply location committee, and this form needs to be filled out, and you have to explain why you'd like to move the stapler. And we meet every quarter. I'm part of the committee, and I'll certainly submit this for you, and you can come speak at the committee. But this next meeting that's coming up in 2.5 months actually falls on a holiday, so you'll have to wait 5.5 months. But feel free to fill out the form. In the meantime, I'll put the stapler back on the left side. Sounds silly, but I'll bet that resonates with some of you. You've probably experienced that. Those are inefficiencies built into any large organization, that it's bureaucracy creep. It happens. We don't have any of that. Lean, mean, no caffeine. We run our operations efficiently. We shave out all of that waste. We shave out all the bureaucracy. Bureaucracy doesn't exist in our organization. Politics don't exist. So some people like being part of the political environment. Fantastic. You would not fit in with us. We don't have any of that. Lean, mean, efficient. So those are some key differences. Working with us, PAD specialists and OBL, versus working in a group in a hospital setting. There's going to be built-in inefficiencies here that you unfortunately can't do much about. There's going to be waste built into every 8-hour day. 70% of your day is going to be spent doing non-value-added tasks, driving, walking, trying to figure out an EMR, trying to reboot it, trying to get your password, maybe going to some meetings that don't really add value but take your time, maybe doing procedures that aren't really that helpful, maybe they're not even generating revenue. Maybe 70% of your day is spent doing that. Maybe the hospital is subsidized to some degree by taxpayer dollars. You're not. You're subsidizing all that with your time. That doesn't happen with us. So if you ever work with us, or if you ever observe with us, you're going to see that we're efficient, lean. That is very different. You're going to see that's very different working with us versus working in the hospital. Typical group environment. No bureaucracy, no inefficiency, no politics. The second part of the question is, well, why not do your own OBL? Or if you did your own OBL, well, you certainly could. If you're watching this, you're probably very intelligent. We're no smarter than you are, and we launched this chain of OBLs years ago. You could do it. As I alluded to earlier, there's about 1,000 line items you need to get right. It's not just the facility. That's the easy part. Contracting, credentialing, hiring, finances, compliance, legal, tax, supplies, processes. And these are the big categories. Each one of those has subcategories. And there may be 1,000 line items you have to get right. Now, we're in healthcare. You would think if you get 980 of those right, that's 98%. That's like an A+, right? Maybe. Unfortunately, healthcare is an unforgiving industry. You have to get it right. The 20 you got wrong, best case, you waste some time and money. Worst case, you could be in trouble. So we made a lot of these errors early on. By God's good grace, we got through those. We didn't stand on ceremony. We changed, we learned, and we applied those lessons to every subsequent OBL that we launched. So as of this recording, December 2021, we have 12 OBLs in the state of Texas. Each iteration of those has gotten successively better because we've learned lessons and we've applied those and we've binderized those across the organization. So now we feel fortunate that new projects are standing on the shoulders of giants, if you will, because we've cut our teeth in earlier iterations. Now, I really believe we're a well-oiled machine. Could you do all this yourself? Absolutely, no doubt about it. Will you probably make some of the mistakes that we did? Probably. Because there is no For Dummies guide out there on how to do this. You'll learn through the School of Hard Knocks like we did. Again, you could probably do it. It'll probably take you time, like it took us, much longer than we thought. It'll probably cost you a lot more money than you think. And there's still risk built into the system. There's an element of luck, good or bad, in business. And that could go either way for you. So this is not to dissuade you. If you think you have what it takes, you have the entrepreneurial spirit, you have the money to risk, you have the time to invest, by all means, we wish you well. If you'd rather go with a model that works, that's proven to be effective, that's made all the mistakes and learned from them, that has very low risk, that helps a lot of patients, lowers healthcare costs to society, and generates good revenue, I think you should go with us. With a safe model, we'll make it work for you. And if you're interested, give us a call. We'd love to talk and get to know you.